gorgeous people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Clarabelle and I'm so delighted that you're part of us today. For my OGs, thanks for always stopping by. So without further ado, let's jump into today's video. So today I'm going to be talking about the trending video that have been going on, and everybody have been sharing their thoughts and opinions. And I was just taking my time because, like you all know, I do videos once in a week. So I told myself I'm just going to wait. It was so big on social media on Sunday when the news of Annie Idibia and Two-Face Idibia surfaced the internet. A lot of people were surprised. For some people, it wasn't a surprise, but because a lot of people saw this coming. But like we all know, we all wish every marriage is the best. We all want them to succeed. Personally, for me, I don't like when I hear stories of people divorcing. I just feel for the children. I think about so many things that they must have gone through in that relationship, from the good, the bad, the ugly, the laughter, the great memories that they have created, the children. So I usually don't like when I hear news about people, going their separate ways, because I love family. A lot of people had their opinions about why Two-Face would come out at this time, because remember, Annie Idibia went for a reality show on Netflix. If you've not seen that show, please go see. Maybe you understand better why some people are not happy at the way Two-Face came out to break the news. But either way, we never know what goes on behind closed doors. I always say that marriage is between two people, and no matter what everyone comes out to say, the truth still lies within the two people within that relationship. People think it was not fair for Two-Face to come out at the time where Annie is being dragged because of her character and her behavior on the show. But I'm coming from a place of empathy. Sometimes we have to give people grace, because I feel like a lot of women are on this internet acting like they have never been a fool for love. A lot of us have been a fool for love. When you love someone, you tend to do things that you naturally would not tolerate. That's what comes to relationships sometimes, especially in marriage. There's certain things that you would find yourself forgiving in marriage, especially when children are involved. It's not about you. Whatever decision you make, you have to put the children into consideration, because you just want to build a functional home for your children, their mental health, their stability. I've heard stories about children failing in school because their parents are no longer together, or their parents went their separate ways. So it's easier for everyone to come on this internet and be acting like they've not forgiven maybe their spouse misbehavior sometimes. And this goes both ways. The mistake she made was thinking she was going to change Two-Face, but I wouldn't blame Annie for loving. The way she loved, yes, I would blame her for the way she loved. And it was funny, I did a video two weeks ago, advising women on costly mistakes women should not do while they are married. If you've not seen that video, I'm going to link it somewhere here so you can go see. I said it even before this news broke out, that a lot of women go into a relationship and we lose ourselves in that relationship. And it's so important that while you're loving in a relationship, try not to lose yourself. Try to get a grip of yourself. Do something outside that relationship. Annie loved and she gave her all in that relationship. She lost herself in that relationship, because Annie spent most of her years in that relationship fighting other women. She was more so focused on this person that she lost her identity. Annie in that relationship was constantly fighting to be seen, constantly fighting other women, fighting baby mamas, fighting, so she lost herself. It was more about her winning Two-Face. Please do not lose yourself. Take a good look at yourself. You are someone outside your spouse. A lot of times women forget themselves that it's all about their man. Oh my man, especially lover girls. Lover girls, I'm talking to you guys today. Love with your head and not your heart. God forbid anything happen to their spouses. Some people cannot live life because they have not done anything outside their spouse. And it's a very dangerous place to be. Don't forgo your hobbies. Don't forgo those things that makes you happy. Yes, your husband is your best friend, but please have other relationship outside your spouse. It is so important for your well-being, for you to find yourself, spend time with yourself, take yourself out. We want our husbands to be everything to us, our best friend, our gist partner, our everything. That sometimes you isolate yourself from friends. You don't even know what makes you happy anymore outside this one person. It is a dangerous place to be, and this is not gender specific. It is for both genders. Even as a man, you need me time, you need your space, you need to take yourself out sometimes, you need to breathe, you need to find yourself, do those things that makes you happy. Another lesson that I learned in this situation is forgiveness is good. Forgiveness could be healing. Forgiveness could be very good, because for you to have longevity in any relationship or marriage, the key to a long marriage is forgiving one another over and over again, because your spouse will annoy you. Your spouse will do things to you that on a normal day you would not forgive, especially when you are in a marriage. When you constantly forgive without accountability or consequences, it results things like this. Forgiving, yes, it is part of marriage, but you can't forgive bad behaviors. That is one thing I have also noticed in this relationship, that Annie kept forgiving Two-Face bad behaviors even before they got married. She saw the signs, but she felt like Two-Face was going to change. If there's no accountability, he's not going to change. If you're not holding him accountable, if there's no consequence that will make him think that he was going to lose this relationship, then yes, he will continue to do that, because you have enabled those bad behaviors. So yeah, forgive, but there should be accountability. Forgive, there should be consequences. He or she should know that if you try this next time, there is no going back to it. Because when you keep taking them, that's when you don't really have self-worth, especially if those bad behaviors are deal breakers to you. And that's why I keep saying that if you forgive without accountability or enable bad behaviors, constantly enabling these bad behaviors, it will result to relationships like this, because it's so much anyone can take. That's why you see people 30 years of marriage and they're going their separate ways, and you're thinking, over those 30 years, if you can forgive those things, why are you living now? It's something that it just gets to a point in your life where you can't continue to forgive the same bad attitudes. Annie was expecting so much. This is a man that you've known. You knew, you saw the red flag, you knew what you were jumping into, but you decided to go because you thought you were going to change him. You thought because he chose you, he would just stop all of a sudden. What were you thinking? Two-Face is actually, in my own opinion, Two-Face is a polygamist. He's not a man that should be in a monogamous relationship. He can't function. Like we already know, allegedly, they said he's already moved on and he's getting married to another woman very soon, allegedly. I'm not sure how deep that story is. Another thing that I see that has played parts in this relationship, like we all know, Annie is married to Two-Face. Allegedly, according to Annie, she came out and she did a video one time. Her husband's family don't like her, and some people have those struggles in their marriages where you get married and your husband people don't like you. You can't force people to like you. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do to please them. There's nothing you can do to change them. But the only way you can win from such situations is to just do your best to try and see if you can reconcile with them. And if they're not willing to reconcile, what really can you do? But the most important person in your life is your spouse. If both of you are as one like this, nobody can come in between both of you. If you both agree and set those boundaries, setting boundaries in relationship is so important. The moment you don't set those boundaries, you allow people, your family members, tell you how to rule in your home or tell you how to treat your spouse, then you're going to start having issues in your relationship. When families notice that both of you are one, trust me, there's nothing they can do. They can't conquer your love. But if both of you are not in sync, that's where you allow families to come between both of you. If you don't set those boundaries, at the end of the day, it's both of you. Resolve your issues together, fight for each other, stand for each other, stand with each other. Trust me, nobody can come between you. The only reason a family will come in between both of you is because you have not set those boundaries. So set those boundaries on families. be careful what you share with your family members, because they don't forget these things. You must have forgotten what you said, but they carry those things with them. They hold on to those things, what you said about your wife to your family members, or what you said about your husband to your own family members. You must have forgotten and moved on, but a lot of times they do not forget those things, and they hold those things against you people. The only person that should be the center of your marriage is God. Before you crucify Annie, also look at your own relationship. There are stupid things you are forgiving in that relationship, but maybe both of you decide to work it out and become better. And that's the beauty of a relationship. It is for better, for worse, but as long as you're holding each other accountable, as long as you're not losing yourself in that relationship, because marriage should help you become better you. Marriage should help you become more patient. Marriage will teach you patience. Marriage will teach you to be selfless. So before you throw stones, please ladies, let's be mindful, but also learn from this. Don't love foolishly at this point. Don't lose yourself while you're loving. I wish Annie, Idibia and Two-Face the best of luck, and I'm also praying for their children, and I'm sending them love and hugs. Even at this time, I just pray that the family find peace, and I hope that this breakup will bring them more joy, opportunities to become better version of themselves, heal. Two-Face getting married now, to me, he has not healed. Same applies to Annie. Jumping into another relationship is not what they should be doing at this time. But hey, what do I know? Sometimes you need to give yourself a break, to find yourself, to heal, to learn from those mistakes, to actually look inwardly and ask yourself, what are those things I did in my last relationship? And that will help you make better decisions in your future relationships. And yeah, so I've come to the end of this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Yes, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Like I always do in all of my videos, you are loved, you're kind, you're special, you're beautiful. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Until I come your way again next week, remain blessed, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Okay, bye.